Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the World Class on Television here on Lagos Television. I'm Abayomi or Babulujo. This is the week of decision for Nigeria and for Nigerians because Saturday, the 16th of February 2019, we all will be going out to cast our votes to choose to elect who will be our president for the next 4 years. There are two possibilities. It is glaring. Of course, the electoral body has said that there are about 70 candidates. But the truth is that you and I know that the contest is between two major contestants. That is the incumbent president, that is PMB, as is fondly called, that is President Muhammadu Buhari, and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. You see, the way investment works is that you should, at this point, be able to sit down, analyze the situation critically, not based on your party affiliation, but critical, objective analysis to see what the possibilities are. It is on the strength of the possibilities that you see that should make you decide whether you should pull your funds out of the stock market, whether you should remain, or whether you should actually even do more. And so what we're going to be doing largely on this platform today is to look at what the possibilities are. Should Alhaji Atiku Abubakar emerges at the end of the day as the new president of Nigeria, what are the possibilities as far as Nigerian equities are concerned? And should the current president, Muhammadu Buhari, also wins the election, what should we expect at the market arena? Meanwhile, we have even put this together for you, compact, on the pages of Stocks Watch Weekly newspaper, which is currently, as we speak, on the vendors nationwide. And what you need to do, get the paper, take your time, don't just read it, study it. Now, look at what the opinions of others are on the pages of the newspaper. Of course, we're going to be doing a little bit of that here also. And it is that you see that should inform you what to do. On this platform, we have taken the time in the past couple of weeks to talk about what the possibilities are if the election goes peacefully and there are no crises at the end of the day. And we could see that the entire of last week, I could say that the Nigerian equities market was bullish. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The all-share index of the Nigerian Stock Exchange was up significantly. And so that is to tell you that the fear and the panic that had been responsible largely for the lull in the market, particularly for the entire 2018, right, is beginning to get off the mind of investors. Not that alone. From what we could see, we can tell you that foreign investors that had strategically pulled their funds out of the Nigerian market have started coming back. From information at our disposal, we can tell you that largely what we see on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange are not just the activities of local investors alone, but also foreign investors. But you see, there's one thing I know about these foreign investors. They do seem to possess the kind of inner eyes such that they are able to see what majority of Nigerians do not see. And that is why often when most of us decide to quit the market, that is when they come in. And when most of them decide to come in, that is when most of us begin to exercise fear. I largely believe that our equities should be concentrated in our hands. But again, this is where we have found ourselves. When foreign investors come in, the market goes up. And when they quit, the market comes down, which suggests that the level of participation of you and I and other Nigerians in the Nigerian equity market is still largely low. And that is why we must all come together. We cannot be creating the opportunities in our market and allow some set of foreigners to come, enjoy this, and leave when there is a little bit of distortion within either the Nigerian economy or the political system. Now, let me say this, that what we have seen so far, politically, yes, between now and Saturday, I do not see Nigeria going on in flames. We've not heard of, yes, a little bit, pocket of such occurrences, fighting. There will always be fights. Why? It is a game of power. Politics is all about your ability to display enormous power and authority everywhere in the world. That is the way it is. And so, I believe that this election will come and we go, like the one we saw in 1999, the one we saw in 2003, 2007, 2011, and again 2015. If that is the case, the market itself had started showing you that it is ready for you to accept you. The market has started to say to you that yes, there are possibilities, positive possibilities in it. But you see, the pain is that most often Nigerians are blind. They don't see. Sorry if I sound offensive. And that's why I came this morning to preach to you that what you should do at this point in time is to consider the Nigerian market. Because for the period and the seasons that fear pervaded the market and pulled funds and resources out of the market, prices crashed. But again, the performances of equities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange did not show that the economy is so bad as people actually would have wanted us to believe. And so, seeing that we now have a situation where the prices of equities are low, whereas performances are a lot better than they were, then that is an abnormal situation. In abionomics, what is abionomics? That is the theory as to the rate of responses and behavioral pattern of equities, right, according to Abayomi or Babolido in the long run. Performances of equities, particularly in earnings and price, must go in the same direction. Therefore, when you see that prices are down, but performances are improving, it is only going to be a short-term phenomenon, all right? And in case also that you see that prices are going up and performances are dwindling, then you will discover that that also is a short-term thing. In the long run, prices and performances must go in the same direction. Is it possible that you have children in the school and then they come around with good reports and then you continue to give them a knock? No. What you do is to appreciate them and compensate them. And so what price does to the performance of equity is to compensate it. But, you know, there are always abnormal situations, right? So basically, what we're going to be seeing in the market, particularly for this week, is a lot of fights between the bull and the bear. Because the market went up so well last week, there would likely be lots of profit taken. However, I've seen the market this morning, the early part of trading session today has been extremely bullish, has been extremely positive. And all I can see also are low-priced equities coming to dominate. Right? Now, looking at the Nigerian market, comparing that with its African other markets across the African continent, last week I can say that the Nigerian market actually came forth. All right, it queued behind the market in Egypt, which grew by 5.92%. Sorry, it was the market in Uganda that grew by 4.55% to emerge as the second. Then the market in Kenya, and you see, I've told you that on this platform we are going to be giving you performances of Africa, of markets across the African continent, and the essence is that, you see, wall has been broken by technology. So whatever is happening in Nigeria, people in America can participate. Whatever is happening across the African continent, you can also participate. And so the idea is to look at the markets across the African continent and tell you those ones that are doing better, that are performing well consistently. So the market in Kenya since the beginning of this year has been one of the most vibrant markets across the African continent. So for last week, the market in Kenya grew by 3.83%. So aside from the Nigerian market, where I would tell you to keep your attentions, you should also consider the market in Kenya. However, that's this market that has been losing since the beginning of the year. It comprises of about 4 stock exchanges or even more. That is the BRVM, which represents the market in Cote d'Ivoire. But incidentally, last week, the market, as I can see, grew by 1%. All right, we will continue to keep tab on the performance of particularly that BRVM, that is the Cote d'Ivoire market, to see how it goes subsequently. And the market in Namibia was the least in performance last week because it declined by 3.03%. The market in South Africa was down 1.27%. I decided to talk about the market in South Africa in the sense that when you are talking about the most developed markets across the African continent and you want to talk about the market that also has presence of institutional foreign investors, you talk about the market in South Africa. Now, the market in Zimbabwe, all right, and maybe because of the crisis in the country now, has also done well. So far, so good this year. But for this last week, it declined by 1.80%. We continue to keep tab on the performances of these markets and tell you what to do, all right, subsequently. So today, talking about the package today, in another few days, all right, we'll be talking about love because love is already in the air. So we'll also be looking at that. What is the best gift you should give to your lover, particularly in a day that the world celebrates love? If you give flower in 24 hours, it is dried up, then it will be fit for the dustbin. If you give perfume, let's say for the case, for the sake of argument, it will last a couple of weeks and then it is exhausted. You should rather consider giving long-lasting gifts. That is what I'm going to be discussing with Aruna Kebira. Today, you cannot afford not to stay tuned to this channel. As a matter of fact, we'll even be doing better if you call your other friends, family members, those loverboards that you know that it is time that they should get connected to the Oracle on Lagos television so that we do it together, become better together, become richer together. I will be right back.